All right. The first is, have you ever been suspended or put on probation, and if so, why?
I'm inferring from the question that it's talking about in practice as an attorney. No, I've never been suspended or put on probation. I've never had a bar complaint filed against me.
No, I've never been suspended or put on probation or disciplined by the bar.
I have been suspended from incidences back in 2010, 2011 when I was young and green. I can't go in detail of it, but I'm not going to run from it. I'm not going to hide from it. Following that suspension, I was on a 1-year probation. So now I know what it feels like to be under the focal point, the limelight, just like when people come into criminal court, misdemeanor court, they're put on probation. They have to report to a probation officer. I reported to a senior advisor, basically. I completed my probationary period and have moved forward since then. So I think it gives me a better connection with the people that come before me in court to understand where they're coming from and understand the trials and tribulations as human beings go through on a daily basis, because it's my firm belief that there are no perfect people in this world, and you're able to work and benefit and learn from your mistakes to move forward in life.
The next question is, what is your opinion on Florida's Stand Your Ground law, the defense of family property?
Well, as far as stand your ground, the law allows you to stand your ground if you are in certain situations. As a judge, if I'm elected, I will apply that law if that is something that would come in front of me. But our job as a judge would be to evaluate the facts of the case. Every single case is different. Listen to all of the facts of the case. Apply the law as it is written in each case. And I can tell you that is what I would do, is apply the law, listen to the case, and fairly rule in cases that are in front of the county court.
In response, stand your ground is a defense, and it's a defense that defense attorneys like myself have been able to use in the past. Not everybody can use it. There are certain situations, and you have certain hearings to determine by that judge based on the facts and circumstances of each and every case. So stand your ground is a legal defense out there. It's something that if the situation allows it, and case law and the presentation on each case specifically would grant it, then you have to follow the legislation, you have to follow the rules that have been set before it, and follow the case law that makes precedent on those issues. Thank you.
So I believe the question was, what is your position on stand your ground? If I am put into the very difficult situation where I have to stand my ground, I am going to stand my ground. My husband will stand ground to defend both myself and my daughter. But as a judge, you can have a personal position on something as long as you also state you're going to follow the law. And with stand your ground, there's actually multiple levels that you're going to look at. First is law enforcement. They're going to make that initial determination. All right, is this person taking the ride after they defended themselves? Then the next review of it is going to be at the state attorney's office. Do they believe, that prosecutor, do they believe it was properly a defense or not? If they don't think it was, then it's going to go to court. The next level is going to be where the judge gets involved. And that's going to be the judicial review, to where you have a hearing in front of the judge, and the judge makes a determination as to whether it was lawful self-defense. And then if the person still loses on stand your ground, then you get one more bite at the apple, and that would be in front of the jury, in which it can still be used as a defense.
I'm not sure if this really applies, but we have a couple people asking about your stance on abortion and if you support Florida's stance on abortion.
Under judicial canon number 7, I don't know if I can answer that. And I'm not going to take the opportunity to violate any judicial canon rules. I've come too far in this campaign to do something that would eliminate me. So maybe I can answer it, maybe I can't. It's an unknown question, and I just don't want to eliminate my possibilities. Like I said, work too hard, come too far in here.
So prior to running, I spent an extraordinary amount of time reading and studying an aid to understanding Canon 7. And within that, you'll find that there was actually a change in the law from the Florida Supreme Court in which you used to, as a judicial candidate, not be allowed to state your personal opinion on things like that. That is no longer the law. So long as you also say, I will follow the law whether I agree with it or not. And I shared with some individuals here, at a very young age, I was diagnosed with a condition that I was told pregnancy may never happen for me. And after many years praying about it, I married. I now have a 5-year-old daughter. And I thank God for her every day. So she is a blessing to me and a blessing to our family. But as far as following the law, we can't legislate from the bench. Whatever the law is, as set by the legislature, as signed into law by the governor, that's what we as a judge have to follow.
I agree with Jennifer. Again, we have to follow what our legislature has put in place. As far as personally, frankly, I've already spoke about Ella. She's the light of my life. But I've got 2 babies in heaven, and I grieve them. I mean, you know, we talk about them regularly, especially Ella does, because she's very aware that there are siblings that she has that were not able to come live on the earth with mom and dad. So, but in a situation, you know, we have to follow the law, and I would follow the law.
We have, I'll ask one more question to these candidates, and then our candidate for state senator has been able to come, and so after they answer this question, we'll have Lorianne Osley come and speak. The last question for the judge candidates is, how much time do you spend with your family?
So I'll make an admission here. Kendall will not get out of our bed. So we do co-sleep. So as far as that goes, I get all night long and kicked and everything else. But truthfully, that's been something that's been the most difficult thing about this campaign, is because I will not sacrifice time with my family. And so I'm usually not out at night. I'm not, if there's a speaking engagement, I'm there, but I'm not doing my door-to-door, because that's what I call Kindle time. And I don't even, in my law profession as magistrate and hearing officer, that's, you know, the most recent experience for the last 12 years, I did my very best to keep it between 8 and 5. But when I had that case that was gnawing on me and keeping me awake, it's when she's asleep. And then I sacrifice myself. I get up and I work on things, but I do not sacrifice any time at all with my family.
Time with family. I don't know that I can give you an exact amount, but like Jennifer, this campaign, my job, I go to the school a lot. When I was working at the state attorney's office, work starts there at 8:30. Ella's school opens at 7:30, and so there were many mornings that I was at, you know, in her school at 7:30, in her classroom at 8 o'clock, helping the teacher for 20 minutes until I could go to work at that point. During this campaign, yes, I've been trying to go out door to door to see a whole bunch of people, but if Ella needs a day, then Ella gets a day. And Yesterday was an Ella Day, and we had dance parties and, in the living room. And some other times, she's actually gone out with me, going door-to-door campaigning, and she likes that to a point, and after about an hour and a half, then we have to go get Gatorade and go get a snack somewhere. So yes, while it is hard, you make the time because your family's the most important.
Thank you for that question, because my children are my everything. You will see, look at my Facebook pages, I have so many pictures of me and my children. We've made this campaigning about a family thing. On Saturdays, we get on the golf cart and we ride the neighborhoods. The boys run up there, knock on the doors with me. They want to interact. They want to see what's going on. You'll see 3 young men here, Wilder age 11, Jace age 7, Jace age 8, Cash age 7. They're out in the hallway and they're on the back row. My children are my everything. We water ski together. We snow ski together. We go to the water parks together. We go out to eat together. We go to the movies together. I interact with my children regularly, constantly. I've coached them in football. I've coached them in soccer. I've coached them in baseball. I'm highly involved in recreational sports with them. We motorcycle ride together. We golf cart ride together. We gator ride together on the farm. When my children were born and I was putting Lisa through nurse practitioner school, they'd get on the tractor while I was out there farming on the buddy seat, in their car seat strapped down, and they'd be riding with me while I was plowing fields or spraying fields, harrowing fields. They rode in combines with me. They rode in semis with me. My children are everything. I have an amazing wife, and she participates right there along my side with my children on a daily basis. And it has been time consuming. We motorhome a lot. This year we haven't motorhomed as much because we're campaigning, but my children understand the sacrifice. When my children are sick, they come to my private office with me. I have a couch there specifically for my children so they can stay with me. I firmly believe family is everything. And without family, you have nothing. And so at the end of the day, I'm just saying, when we get done, Jace is standing at the back door right now looking at the sucker bowl. Wilder's over there sitting next to my father and mother, and Cash, he's probably trying to find some bubbles to blow. But my children are everything, and thank you for asking me that question.